Yo, welcome back to Rolling with Life podcast, where we roll with life's punches and live to talk about it. Let's get into it, guys.
Let's get it.
Been a minute since we've been in here, guys.
Episode 100.
So on today's episode, just because a lot of shit has been going down, so we're gonna start it off with a little bit of news. Breaking news. Coming to you live. Yes, sir. We're in
Boom Boom Room.
coming to you live. If you're from Oregon, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there has been 7 bodies found in the Willamette River, or like recovered from the Willamette River in the last 3 weeks. They've just been popping up. And a lot of people are saying it's coincidences. And I remember this like a couple years ago. I don't know if it was a year or 2 ago, but I heard something about this too, that they were just finding random bodies like in like the sides of the road, in like the forest, in Corvallis. And it was kind of like, it was all in Oregon, but it was like 205, some by the beach. And it was
Portland,
like
downtown, in the Willamette.
And so people were like kind of having conspiracies that there might have been a serial killer.
It's Dexter.
On the loose. Yeah, something like that. Freezing bodies and shit.
Yeah.
But they were saying that we might have a serial killer. And then out of nowhere, like, shit just died out. It was like a year or 2 ago, and I hadn't heard anything about it until recently. These 7 bodies. Have you guys heard about that?
Honestly, I didn't even see that, but I believe it. Yeah.
I saw.
I mean, it's on the news. It's not a conspiracy.
Fox News.
I saw it on Instagram, I think.
What do you think, guys, it could be? Because, I mean, people get reported missing. You're not just going to go on a boat in the Willamette and your friend falls and don't report it, you know?
No, yeah.
And then, like, I heard, too, like, some dude crossing on the 205 from Oregon into Washington. He, like swerved and his car, like, veered off the bridge and, like, he fell into the water. They went searching for his body, though. Like, he went missing, and they searched for his body, and, like, they found him inside the car still. He couldn't get out of the car.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with this, so I'm just saying, like, anything like that happens, somebody goes missing, they report it, you know? So it's, like, 7 bodies in the last 3 weeks recovered.
Were any of them reported?
From the Willamette, though. That's crazy. I mean,
But, like, they haven't, as far as I know, I don't think anybody has been identified as, like, oh, that's Jenny from the block. But yeah, I don't think anybody has been identified yet. But then again, like, bodies start to decompose and stuff like that. Like, I'm sure in the water it's getting damaged, you know, so it's hard to identify.
There's probably like no evidence or anything. Probably. It's hard to get forensics. I mean, even get like where like the actual body was, like, you know, where it all happened. So I mean, someone's dumping the body there probably. So
What, you guys think we have a serial killer then? Or?
What was that one saying from that lady? She was like, guard your house, guard your wife. Like, everybody getting raped out here.
Yeah, everybody getting raped out here.
I forgot how she said it.
I know what you're talking about.
But yo, for real, that just made me feel like,
wife.
Like, we need to keep an eye out on our family. And
I bet, hey, were they all females?
I don't know. That's another thing too. I didn't get that detail either.
It was,
previously, it was though. The one I was talking about a year or 2 ago.
The rape? No.
They were all anally raped.
Males get raped too.
No, but like a year or 2 ago, the one I was talking about that happened a while ago, those were all females. And so it was like a kind of like, yeah, like a serial killer going for women. But these 7 bodies that have been recovered, that's kind of the title I read. And I didn't hear if it was like genders involved in these 7 bodies. But either way, it's crazy times out here. So guard your kids, guard your wife.
Yeah, for real.
Girls' night out is like more like everybody goes out and we separate. We'll stay close to each other.
Bro, wouldn't that be like, fuck, some like fucking shit in a movie, some shit like that happens to someone like your fucking girl or like something like close
hell
to
no.
you?
God forbid, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Someone close by.
But I mean, shit, it is real life. It's happening to people out there. But yeah, you guys got to be careful for sure. Don't get
especially that way, you know, where like, I'm sure those people that they were missing for a while or something, unless they were quick deaths and they got recovered. I doubt it, but yeah, it just to not know, you know, being unresolved deceased, you know, like nobody knows where they end up. That'd be like, that's like the worst thing that could happen. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But yeah, prayers to those families if they do recover the bodies and they identify them. Hopefully, you know, they can find peace. But yeah, some one of the part of the news. The other one I wanted to bring up too, I saw this. It was pretty crazy because it's kind of like you feel both ways. Like pa que se les quite, you know, like for being out in the clubs.
Damn.
Like for not staying your ass home if you're illegal. But then there's
Y'all
other
didn't
ways
listen.
too. But then there's other way to look at it too. Like that's dirty tactics by the cops, you know.
They already knew.
Apparently in Denver, Colorado, ICE showed up to this club and they detained 100 people, 100 illegal immigrants. And the owner of the building, like he flew in after he heard, and he came in and they interviewed him. And he's like, I was leasing the space out to somebody, but it was not for a nightclub and not for any drinks. He's like, it was like daytime use. He's like, but I never suspected anything. Like the parking lot never looked dirty. He's like, I never knew that there was like nightclubs going on here. So he flew in because obviously he owns multiple businesses. Yeah, so like it was kind of like an underground club too.
It was
so
a speakeasy.
Yeah, something like that. So it was like if you went, you already knew it was kind of risky, you know. But imagine, bro, you go out and then now you gotta leave the country, you know.
Ow.
Yeah, you leave the country with all your jewelry and your best boots, because it was a Mexican club, you know.
Yeah, right. They be taking all that jewelry. They don't fucking leave you with
I'll
any
pop
of
up
that
a clip.
shit.
Watch, I guess.
It looks like a warehouse.
That's why it was an underground club.
Yeah. No wonder it doesn't look like a club. This is like a rave or
People
some
trying
shit.
to run. This guy trying to run is shit. I'm caught. He ran right into them.
That's shitty.
Bro, girls in their dresses. Like it was like, oh, obviously it's a club, you know, but it's like, damn, that girl's on her phone just drops down.
Fuck. You're out here just having a good time, fucking just
Pero ¿quién los manda?
not
And
thinking
this is
anything.
the club owner the next day, the interview.
not thinking anything, and fuck.
You own the building.
Shocking, because no idea that this was even going on. Never seen this many cars on property before. I've never even
All their
seen
cars
a
are
lot
still
of
there 'cause
cars
everybody got
in the
arrested?
parking lot
You know how
even,
if
like,
they stay
suspect
over there
that
like a
anything,
month,
like
you
an
get, like,
after hours nightclub is going
something
on.
like that,
So
yeah, you get,
pretty shocking.
Take possession.
How did you learn
Or
about
what?
it?
Oh, the
and
vehicles,
what was
like
your
because they're on your property and
original
shit.
reaction?
Yeah,
My
imagine.
employee was trying to come
Fuck.
into work because I also run the
He
Luna
called
Market
the
here
fucking
on the
ice on
corner.
them. He's fucking lying
And they were
ass.
coming in to
Yeah,
work
how
in the
much
kitchen, and they
I
couldn't
thought the
access
same thing
the
at first.
property.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, something like that.
And
That's
then
what they were
I went
saying.
online
Huh?
and tried to figure out what was going on, and that's when I learned about everything that was happening.
So you had no idea this was quote unquote an underground late night nightclub.
No, this is supposed to be in a space for birthdays, weddings, quinceañeras, stuff like that. They're not allowed to serve alcohol. It's written in their lease. They're not allowed to do any illegal activity. It's also written in their lease. And their lease was actually set to expire at the end of this month because we're set to do a renovation conversion project on this property. And so I've been working on that for 18 months. And so they were supposed to be out of here by the end of this month.
So as
Yeah, they was going out with a
property
bang.
owner now-
Yeah, but so it looks like the owner's being legit, and like he genuinely didn't know because he flew in for this. Like he has a business across the street that kind of reported it to him, and that's why he flew in. But yeah, like he left it on their lease, like you guys can't serve alcohol, none of that.
Right.
And obviously, los Mexicanos got to break the rules, but
Yeah,
Nowhere
unfortunately.
without alcohol.
I mean, but they were minding their business though. It's like, fuck,
Yeah.
for them to like just roll up and I
Obviously,
don't know.
nobody knew
It's
about
crazy
it.
times that this kind of shit is happening. To be honest, like,
Yeah.
it's just like it takes you back to like fucking older times when fucking people's rights were being violated and shit. But it is, I don't know.
yeah. Got one more news segment for you guys, but before I want to just touch the pad and use more of this shit. So one more little segment sound, just because I think it's funny.
It's called fake news. Fake news. You are fake news. It's all fake news.
Daddy Trump.
Fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. It's all fake news.
Remember that ad? Nah, but this is not fake. But the last thing I wanted to bring up is there was a huge power outage in Spain, Portugal, and France. Did you guys hear about that? It was like nationwide. Like
There was one here yesterday.
no, I know that was just Wilsonville, but this was like their whole country. Like everywhere. Like it was just blacked out for like
They got
multiple
robbed,
days.
bro.
And a lot of people are saying that like the grid went down, and other people are saying that it was like Oh, the news reported it was some type of weird atmospheric event, is what they said. It was like something.
We're going into conspiracies now.
That's what they related on the news. You know, that's what it was. But a lot of people were saying like, what if this was like some kind of cyber attack?
Yeah.
You know, and like they're in rumors of wars right now, and also like I guess like India and who was it? India and Pakistan just bombed each other. So that whole side of the world is like going crazy right now. But anyways, like the power outage was like serious, you know, it was like multiple days and people had no idea what was going to go on. Cell phones, you know, everything, like nothing, nobody had anything. But one of the things positive about that being reported is like people were seeing on the street, like chatting it up during the day. Like restaurants were running during the day, you know, they're like while there's light. And when the power's out, like people were seen outside conversating like in the 90s and they're like, this is the good thing, kind of like COVID.
Everybody was out on the street.
Kind of like
Nobody's
COVID,
on
it just
their
like
phone.
brings back the old school things, you know. Like, but the power outage, that thing was a big news that was going around, and a lot of people were saying like the U.S. has been in talks that we're in jeopardy of that. Like Texas is very vulnerable, their system's very bad, and they're saying it could happen in the U.S. And I guess it's kind of scary when you think about like a power outage. Like, what would you do in that case? Like, especially me, like. I got kids at home, so like I've always had that like preppers mentality, but obviously like I don't have a space big enough to like keep like a prepper space. So I've always just kept handy like at least 2 boxes of ramen, and if we start eating at them, like all right, buy like
just have like canned food and like
like replenish it, like kind of refill it, you know.
Yeah.
But I always try to keep like the heater with the gas tanks, and I have an attachment for a gas tank too, like a stovetop, you know,
right.
Like eggs or something. I don't know. Just something that you wouldn't have to leave the house, you know, like too often, like if you need, for food at least.
Yeah, no, and I mean, shit, that's like the worst case scenario, obviously, but
that's scary shit though. Power outage nationwide. Imagine it's like no cell phone. Crazy. Like, what's another thing you guys would do to prep for something like that, other than like food, like non-perishable food,
guns? I'm coming over to Vic's house. Guns is kind
of like a long-term move. I feel I feel like guns wouldn't come into play until like after a couple days or a couple weeks maybe, you know.
But you know what's gonna happen if food is and water is like everyone's like scattering for it and everyone's like, that means people are gonna eventually after like months
looting.
People are gonna start like.
But I think it would take a couple weeks for that to kick in.
Yeah, but eventually it will happen, and like that's the crazy part. Like, you know, everyone's gonna turn on each other and they're gonna, you know, survival of the fittest at that point.
So with that being said, what's the plan, boys? We get a national blackout. Where's the meetup?
National alert and shit.
Where we meeting up?
We've already said at the furniture. All of us get our guns and go to the furniture.
Yeah, like somewhere like that is good. You know, secure the grounds and like nobody comes in.
We got where to cook.
Yeah, and then just fucking
dig a hole outside and shit outside.
Bring a bunch of food and just all fucking camp out there.
Dig a hole outside and shit outside.
Yeah, literally. Now there's like a porta potty out there, I think.
Hey, Mexico, I remember this in Mexico. Like, you don't need electricity to flush a toilet, obviously, but in Mexico, what they do is like they get a bucket of water, you know, and just flush the water
straight
down.
Up. Yeah.
Hey, but we're not gonna waste water like that. So hole in the ground it is.
For real.
But that's some crazy.
I don't think about it like fuck.
That's funny that I just brought back something. I was watching the Shane Gillis stand-up comedy yesterday, or like 2 days ago, and he's talking about like going to other countries, and he's like, whenever I go to other countries, he's like going around towns and stuff. He's like, "This is your country," and he's like laughing, you know, and he's just like, "America's the greatest." He's like, "America's number one." And he's just like, it's said and done. It's said and done. He's like, I've only been to 3 countries though. And then I was like, this motherfucker. But in perspective, if you do go to like any other like foreign countries, I mean, as far as like I've been to Mexico, it's fucking way different. The style of living, everything is fucking.
But then again, there's that other point of view too. I've heard people say like there's certain places in the U.S. that look like a third world country.
Yeah,
like there's certain places
in Mexico too. Anywhere,
like Mexico also has nicer places.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Like somebody was showing off like the malls in Mexico, and they're all 3-story. All of them are occupied, full. Nothing like our rundown malls that we got here, like ghost town.
But not
malls.
like in the ranchos and shit.
Like Lloyd Center. When's the last time y'all been to Lloyd Center? I just went a couple weeks ago. That bitch is a ghost town. Dude.
Oh, I was gonna say,
it's like ghost town.
Yeah. I figured.
That's what they said. Like, there's a couple stores open, but
I don't even know how they're still open.
The ice skating rink is one of the major things.
Yeah, it's a major attraction there, huh?
And then
people just go there for that.
No, they don't have a movie theater, but yeah, a couple stores and the food courts is what's keeping it alive. Things like Marshalls and Ross is what's really keeping it going. Like, I feel like that's where I see the most people
Those are the only ones open.
No, there's other things. Like I like to go to Chic. Chic's pretty dope.
They still have that?
Yeah. They still got it.
I haven't been there in a minute, honestly. The last time I
Yeah.
remember was with you when we went to Adidas. Yeah, that was a
while
minute
ago.
ago. Yeah, it was like probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, but like I was saying, there's places in Mexico that are like better off than us too. But then there's ghettos over there and there's ghettos over here too. Like I know people talk like Detroit, like Detroit is, like broke down. There's places even here
Yeah,
like Eastern Oregon that look like the desert. Like
Yeah.
you go into some places here in Oregon, it's pretty out there. But
no doubt.
Gresham was pretty bad too.
Gresham was
it's
just-
not as bad as
yeah.
Mexico.
No, nowhere near.
compare that.
Nowhere near. Yeah.
Not only that, like I remember going to Hawaii too, and like they like to show like the beaches and like the nice place. But like
There's a ghetto side of
when
Hawaii.
you leave the airport and you're driving like to Honolulu, like you can see like a lot of the buildings that like just have like clothes hanging on their patios, and it's just it looks very like
Home.
it doesn't look
Yeah,
like
it
Hawaii.
looks like
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. But hablan español? There's boilers in the roof. No, but it just looks ghetto. Like certain areas, and it's like, damn, they don't show this, But yeah, there's some buildings that look like projects and stuff. Especially at night,
Straight
parking in Honolulu is crazy. People just like take up a whole lane and just turn it into street parking. Like there's 2 lanes or 3 lanes in a road, and like 1 lane at nighttime just becomes parking. And like if you leave the wrong car there, like it's glass in the morning, broken windows.
into.
Like, you don't live here, motherfucker.
Like we know.
Yeah.
We know what cars.
They're not too fond of tourists out there either. Like they obviously it's a very welcoming place. It's a very touristy place, but the locals not too fond of tourists. So if you got a rental, you leave something in there, that shit's getting broken into for sure. Hawaii's not as sweet as they make it seem. Huh? No, you take everything out of the car. And I always stayed in a parking garage with next to the hotel.
Yeah, I mean
Very demure.
When I went, very demure.
Cutesy.
Same. When I went to Hawaii, that was the first thing I noticed when we got out of the airport and we're driving to like the resort and shit. I was just like, damn, what the fuck? There's like a bunch of homeless. Everything's tagged up. Like people were asking like, I saw people like doing drugs and shit. Like they were just like on the like just on the fucking side of the road. I was just like, what?
Doing drugs in paradise.
Yeah. I was like, y'all live in paradise? No,
They're like, no, it's a pair of dice, homie.
Yeah, for real.
Roll 'em.
We're playing CeeLo. Nah, but
Can I get some headphones?
That-
What'd you say? Yeah. Can you get some headphones?
Get some air from you.
yeah, he wants some hand from you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take one.
No, yeah, but my girl's a islander. She's not from Hawaii though. She's from Guam. But her brother-in-law is in the military, and he got stationed in Hawaii recently. So I've had the opportunity to stay out there for a couple weeks. Last time I went, it was pretty nice. But for me, it's kind of cool because I get to know their culture a little more, and like some of the locals, friends that come visit, just their accent is one thing that I find hilarious, bro.
You were doing it the other day.
It's like they have an accent too. Obviously, they're islander, but it's also like
Is it like a Jamaican accent? Nah.
no. And I can't do it that well. Like I try to mimic it, but I can't do it that well. But like they're very like they're very. No, it's definitely not that.
Notice that Brazilian.
No, it's Jamaican.
But like they exaggerate things. Like one thing, like when something's pristine, like a car, like it's in mint condition, they say cherry.
Oh, cherry.
Yeah, like it's cherry,
They got
bruh.
lingo out there.
Like it's cherry, bruh.
Yeah.
And so they'll show off their old truck. Be like, what do you mean, brother? This is a brand new 2016 Toyota Tacoma. It's cherry, bruh. And like,
Brand new 2016.
if you're hearing that on the street, somebody says that, you're gonna be like, what? Like, you're gonna be a little like, what? What did you just say to me? What'd you say about my mama?
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, so like their lingo is a little different, and they definitely have their own twist, but it's all love, man. It's a great culture, I think. It's just as long as you respect. I guess if I will say anything for them is if you do go to Hawaii, just try to respect, because a lot of people go, and not to talk shit, but it's a lot of white people that don't know how to respect other people's properties or like countries. They go and like did you see that one dude, that streamer that went to the Philippines? He's getting 24 years in prison.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Because he was like taking officers' hats off and like running away. And
in the
like,
Philippines, he's
yeah,
going to jail?
like he was acting a fool out there, and like he chased after a lady to give her money, and she had no interest in to hear it from him. He was in the nice side of the towns too in the Philippines, so there's like rich, wealthy people.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, come here, let me give you money. And she's like, no. And she keeps walking. He's like, bitch, I'm gonna rob you. And she stops in fear, like, what?
Rob
and he's
you?
like, I'm just trying to give you money. She's like, I don't want it. He's like, well, then fuck you. That's why you got a mask on. Get a fucking vaccine. He like said something like that to me. Just like, and people, he was live streaming this shit. And then he got caught.
Crazy.
But anyways, going back to Hawaii, like, I'm not saying somebody goes out there and acts a fool like that, but like, they obviously respect their beaches. It's all about their beaches, the reefs. Like, if you see a turtle, don't touch a turtle. Like, your oils can like damage their. No, your skin can like damage the oils on their skin, and then like it's a big problem. So you can get fined for like touching a turtle. And a lot of people, there's videos out there where like people tell them not to do it, and they do it anyways.
Yeah.
And like shit like that, like just respect.
I'd probably fucking if I saw a giant ass sea turtle on the fucking beach, I'd probably touch it. Not gonna lie,
But like it's kind of like, you know, very frowned upon.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even in Arizona, like if you break a cactus, like you can get in trouble. It's like the state cactus and shit. So it's just like knowing their rules and respecting them. And like if they say no walking on this trail, as beautiful and intriguing as it looks, just don't walk it. Like just obey the rules. You're not in your country, you know, you're in theirs.
me.
And a lot of times, a lot of them like the reasons for that is like, dude, my family members are buried there. And you're not supposed to walk there, and you don't think about that.
Sacred,
Yeah, you don't think about that, and so you're disrespecting them majorly. And don't be surprised if Hawaiian beats your ass for not listening. You know, like they're with the shits. They're different. It's not Hawaii's not sweet, that's for sure. It's very poor, and anywhere that it's poverty, it's ghetto, and people are standing up for what they got with their fists. You know, so it's just like Mexico. You don't go out there bumping corridos that you bump here. It's disrespect. People aren't with the fucking narco shit.
yeah.
So you just
apparently out in Mexico,
They don't bump none of that.
I didn't know, but it's illegal for you to bump
Yeah.
corridos.
you can get killed. But you know why? Because you can get killed, and then it looks bad on Mexico.
Yeah, and
So
then-
they're like,
and
just
so now
don't
they're
play
fi-
it. So we don't come out on the news about
Yeah,
that shit.
now they're fining people, and like if a
Did you hear
if a
how
police officer,
here
like
they're
catches
banning
you,
people?
They're like they're fucking stopping that shit.
They're
completely.
taking away artists' green cards for singing corridos, narco corridos. Like all the Peso Pluma, all of them are being like blocked from it. They already used someone as an example. I forgot what the group name was, but they deported them and took away their green card.
Yeah, no, my cousin was just telling me about that. He's like, yeah, he's just like, you can't bump any of that out loud, like here, like in your cars or anything with the windows down. He's like, if they hear you any of that shit, and the cops
the
sees you,
fear
like,
shouldn't be the cops. It should be a narco guy hears you bumping that shit. Imagine you're bumping some
something opposite of
what is it? The Chapo Guzman song in the wrong territory.
Yeah.
It's you're asking for it. So you definitely don't go to Mexico flaunting. Like one thing I've learned when I go to Mexico, like I'm not like people that go over there that like go show off their brand new clothes. Like I take the most simple shit. Like
Yeah, no, I do the same, honestly.
there's this police officer who like goes undercover. He used to work in Mexico. Now he works over here. But I watched this interview that he had, and one of the things I picked up from him, and he's like, no matter where you go, whenever you travel, he's like, go on Google Maps and look at the people how they're dressed in the street and mimic that style when you go visit, so you can blend in.
Like a spy.
Because right here you might think you look simple wearing like black Nike shorts and black shirts.
You wearing a wire?
Like black Nike shirt, black Nike, shorts. And then you look up Mexico in the street, and what are people wearing? Polos with shorts and chanclas.
Yeah.
And you would never wear polos with shorts here, but like if you know, you know, and you go dress. If you want to like,
do it over there.
I mean, if you want to blend in, if you want to blend in, I'm not saying you got to do that everywhere, but if you want to blend in, it's a good strategy to blend in.
You obviously coming from over here and how we dress versus over there, you stick out like a sore thumb for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I remember
No doubt about
somebody
it.
told me in Mexico that I stood out because I was wearing white socks. They're like, your white socks are too white. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's because they're brand new. That's you can tell you got money. He's like, so
Ain't nobody wear white socks out
he's
there.
like, everybody's white socks out here
They're
are
either,
yellow, dog.
they're either barefoot or black.
They're piss
or
yellow,
brown.
piss stain yellow. No diss, but it's just a little more faded. Like the socks aren't being used brand new like that, unless it's you're wearing brand new socks on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday. You got no business wearing these socks right now.
If they were new, you'd wear them on Friday or Saturday.
That's it.
That's how I know you lying.
Only those days.
But yeah, that's what we got you guys for the news. We're bringing it back this episode, getting a little more segments in. I know we owe you that from last episode, so comment down below if you guys heard about any of this stuff or got anything to say about it. But all right, on to other topics. Did you guys hear about the NFL draft?
Oh, I was actually watching.
Yeah, I saw some of it. I saw
Shadur Sanders.
Yeah, how he didn't get picked.
Who's his dad's name again?
He was a coach for.
No, his dad was a football player. He was a quarterback, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I think his dad was a quarterback, like a legend.
Maybe then. I saw something different then.
Shaden. What was his name?
I'm not.
He got
Shadur Sanders.
Yeah, he got picked.
Oh, his dad was Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
that's his dad's name.
Yeah, he should have got picked like in the first first round.
He was like a top 5 prospect.
Yeah, and then he didn't. There was a lot of controversy.
And he dipped down to like 140 something.
Yeah, even Donald Trump was fucking Daddy Trump was fucking tweeting about it, saying that he should have been picked in like
even
top.
DT was talking about it.
Yeah, for real.
But the reason that it's a big deal too is because he was a top 5 prospect. Obviously, a top 5 draft pick is gonna get a big contract pay wise, versus like number 145, he's not gonna get paid as well. So they're saying he got like it cost him millions.
Of course.
And on purpose.
Yeah, no, they did it on purpose because, like, they were saying that because he comes from money, because his dad was already a legend in football, that he was going to be a problem in the NFL. He's gonna come in cocky rather than humble, that somebody hungry that wants it. He's like silver spoon kid coming into the NFL,
served on a
and so on top
platter.
of that, they were like, and his dad comes with it. Like, it's not just going to be him. His dad's going to have a say in everything. Like, and every contract we offer, like, nope, you need this, you need this, you need that. Like, just, trying to guide him all the way through. But I was hearing that, like, Peyton Manning, I think his dad was also like a legend. And they're like, obviously painting the black versus white picture. They're like, when it's a white dad, they're like, oh, it's such a supportive dad.
Right.
Like W dad. Like he's supporting
they're
his son.
applauding it,
He wants the best for his kid. Like, there's nothing
course,
wrong
who
with
wouldn't?
that. Yeah. But when it's the black man, they're like, oh, it's a problem because his dad's gonna
he's
be
pushy,
like on the edge, But then somebody else had a different like point of view of it. They're like, the reason he was such a legend in NFL is because he was on one of the worst teams and he turned it around and he made it a championship team. Then after he retired, he became a coach for like some college, and he took them from bottom seeds as well to the top championship.
Yeah, and I mean that's what he has to do now. That he's got to prove himself and work his way up.
Yeah,
that's all he can do.
But not the son. The dad has proven that he can take teams.
Yeah, no, I know. But the son has to do that now.
And so apparently, like one of the
shoes
top
to fill.
5 teams, though, they were kind of struggling. The top 5 teams were kind of struggling, and so they were saying these guys didn't want him because they knew their jobs were on the line. So if the dad comes in and starts like offering advice, what do we need Jeffrey for if he's not doing his job? We got his dad telling us what to do now. Or, the GM is not going to matter as much when dad is high.
Over here on
like
his,
a big word,
on his high horse.
Well, not on his high horse, but when the owner, like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's making the team better, so listen to him. So a lot of people were saying, like, maybe the GMs just didn't want to lose their jobs, or the coaches didn't want to lose their jobs, so they were pushing them further down the line, But apparently somebody's trying to sue them because, like,
for $100 million, I saw that.
Yeah, because of like damages, and they like doing it on purpose, and like kind of.
I did see that.
Yeah, pretty much setting them up for failure.
I was like, damn. But that was like a fan doing it, though. It wasn't.
Yeah, the fan suing.
Yeah, it was a fan doing the suing.
The fans doing it for him,
trying to sue for him or something on his behalf, or I don't really know what that was about, but. I didn't even know you could do that. I was like, but apparently you can get sued for everything nowadays.
Hey, someone white that knew what he was doing, knew how to fill up certain paperwork. And he's like, I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Just give me a percentage.
We'll split it.
Just give me 15%.
That would suck though.
Only if we win. Yeah.
But you don't really hear that, like LeBron's son got like golden treatment, like, hey, I want him on my team and everything. And he wasn't the best player. Like LeBron's son wasn't the best.
Oh, no.
And
but he actually got to play with him. They made history.
Yeah, but it's certain situations they get the pull, and in this situation, it just
LeBron had the pull, obviously. But fuck, bro, I was talking about the Lakers. I can't believe they got fucking him and Luka, and they got fucking knocked out in the first fucking round, bro. Like, come on. That shit was fucking nuts. I can't believe they lost.
As a Blazer fan,
But
all I
they
can
were
say
playing the
is, like,
Timberwolves,
First
so-
time, bro. It's your first time.
I'm voting. I'm rooting for the fucking Timberwolves to fucking take it all. Hopefully, so then I won't feel so bad. So Ant deserves a fucking ring. So I don't know. I hope they take it.
Man, as a Blazer fan, we've been fucked like that so many times. Lillard fucking
You know
round
what?
2 pushed us, and the next round we just get fucking swept.
The
It was-
difference, though,
Hey, the difference is-
the difference is that the Blazers have fucked themselves over like multiple times with players that they should have picked and drafted, and then they didn't for some reason. So I don't know. It's just bad luck there, but Lakers have it all. Like they've had really, really good rosters,
Lakers
really
have,
good
like,
teams.
if you're a Lakers fan, like you've been able to fucking shit on other teams for so long. 'Cause it's like you guys always get the most
The cream
what the
of-
fuck picks.
the-
Like
the
how
cre-
did you guys land
The
that?
cream of the crop, yeah.
Yeah, you guys legit have like favoritism.
because everybody wants to go to LA.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's exactly why
That's
I
what
don't
it
like
is.
LA. Because it's like you guys are always being spoon fed like the best of the
They
best.
pay for it, fool.
They pay for it, but the players also want to go
the
there. They
Blazers
negotiate.
owner owns the Seahawks too. No, they say he's like one of the richest, like or was. He passed away, Ray Allen or whatever. But if we were the richest, then what was holding us back as a Blazer fan? Like we just didn't spend the money on it. Cheap ass.
Probably that's what it is. Their contracts, like they
Yeah.
weren't willing to, to meet their terms.
And
I don't
like
know.
any good player we have besides Lillard, like once they get their max contract or like their initial contract, they're out. And like I can't help but feel like Shaden Sharp's gonna be one of those guys. Like once he gets an opportunity, like like next Friday, I knew I was those guys talking about never leaving the hood. But once I got my check, I was gone. That's gonna be Shaden Sharp right there.
Hey, the Shady Sharp, that's my boy. Shout out.
This motherfucker didn't know who he was, and he met him his rookie year, right?
Yeah, I did. I met him at
Jamba Juice or something?
No, Jamba Juice. The audacity. And I
Something
met him
like
at
that.
Chick-fil-A.
Even worse.
Even
I was giving you
better.
I was giving you a good look here.
Nah, Chick-fil-A was fire, bro. He fucking he walked out with a big old bag full of food, and he was right in front of me at the cashier. And when I rolled up,
How'd you know he was a player?
Yeah, so I'm getting to that. So when I rolled up, there was
shut the fuck up, Alex.
Shut the fuck up and listen. No,
Where's that from?
no, but when I rolled up, there was a sick ass Porsche out front, and I was like, "What the fuck's the ballers here?" And then when I got in there, like it was empty. There was only him in front of me, and the cashier and like.
And I swear, bro, he looked at me.
No, we took a picture. I have evidence. We
Pop
did.
it up, pop it up.
We did take a picture. I'll have to find it, but yeah, they were talking to him, and then they were like saying like, "Oh, you play with the Blazers and everything." And then I heard his name,
Oh,
and
you
I-
overheard.
and I looked him up, and I was like, "Oh, he's a rookie." And
was
then I
like-
was just like, "You know what?"
Thick lip, black NBA player.
I just looked up the
With
Blazer
a Porsche.
I just looked up the Blazer roster, and like, dude, he came up right away. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was just like, "You play for the Blazers?" And he was chill as fuck. He was cool. as fuck.
Chris, at that moment, stopped being a Laker fan. He was all Blazers.
groupie.
Yeah. Nah, it was cool,
Bro, big Blazer fan, dog.
No, it was cool though. It was like I don't know, it was dope meeting him and shit. And he was super chill about it. He's like, yeah, he's like, you want a picture? And I was like, shit, hell
Suck
yeah.
his dick already.
And then I didn't tell you guys the story afterwards. He let me drive the Porsche.
That would be sick.
Yeah, nothing. I bought him.
No, he's like,
I bought him Chick-fil-A.
He's like, you can drive the car. Chris was like,
said, bitch.
I'm in it. That's cool though. That's cool. You got to meet him though.
Yeah, it was random.
I met one player. I think his name was Prisbilla or something like that. It was like, but I didn't know. It was a funny story because he had just got cut by the team, and I didn't know. And so I saw him at Henry's Tavern. Have you ever been there?
I've heard of it. I've never. I
so
might
they're-
have been there. I
Like
don't
they
know.
have a bar downstairs and then like a restroom up there. And if you go upstairs to the restroom and you take a right in the hallway, like a random right,
Right.
there's a private bar up there with pool tables. It's kind of hidden, so it's kind of like for private, but anybody can go in there. And there's another bar in there, and so it was like me, Mark Bailey, I think Bird and Ray, and I was like, oh shit, that guy, that's Prisbilla. He plays for the Blazers. And so like I didn't want to shake his hand until we were leaving. I was like, hey, what's up, man? Like. I was like, you're doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. And like the next day I found out he got traded. I was like, oh, shit. He was probably like, bitch.
He's like, bitch, if you knew.
He was like,
I said, bitch.
bitch.
he was out of here. But yeah, that was all bad. I also made Damian Lillard.
He's like, "Get
like
the corn
right
out
when
of
he
my
got
face."
drafted. Like right when Lillard got drafted, it was before he even played his first game. I heard about him. I heard about the big deal around him. The buzz.
I was gonna say, I was like, didn't you meet Lillard before?
Yeah,
he got
and it was at the
famous?
Woodburn Mall
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So funny enough too, like he must have not had cash back then. He was like freshly in. I met him at Levi's. He was shopping at Levi's just for some jeans and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, but I broke the phone that had the picture, so I never.
Of course,
never got to keep it. It was an old phone, and it just ended up getting broken. But I don't give a fuck. Believe me or not, motherfuckers.
I believe you.
I
I believe you.
Yeah, but that's that about that. You haven't?
I don't know, bro.
Just me?
Just your boys.
Biggest players ever.
Nope, not me.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
A while back, Victor, we live in Oregon. So for those that don't know, if anybody that doesn't know us is watching, we be pushing this video
If you
on
don't
people
know,
we know.
now you know.
But yeah, if you don't know, we live in Oregon. So I've never been to Alaska. This motherfucker went to Alaska and he was out there clam digging. I didn't know what he was out there doing. I remember he went out to work, but I didn't ask. I thought you were out there like on a fishing boat or something.
We were on boats. Well,
Yeah,
we would.
So that's what I want to get into today. Break it down for us a little bit in detail. Like as far as like when you got there, did you go on a plane?
Flew from fucking Portland to Nikiski, and then from Nikiski, it was like a couple-hour drive, bro. Can't remember where exactly we went to, but we went to this other little airport.
Konnichiwa.
There we go. We went to this little airport where it was like this cool. We fucking had to fly. It was like a 3-person airplane, bro, and it was like
that's scary.
yeah,
as
bro.
shit,
It's
dog.
the pilot and 2 passengers.
They
Bro.
didn't have seatbelts.
No, bro, they did. It was just those stupid little ones, bro. Like
pilot
the
had
old school
T-Rex
cars.
arms. I'll get us there. Damn.
Fucking big
you
old
feel the turbulence
glasses.
on that shit?
Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I was about to get to.
That's all you felt.
No, bro. And the scary
That's
part,
all you felt.
and the scary part is that you're flying over the fucking ocean, like in the middle of the ocean, bro.
Hundreds
Like,
of miles and shit.
like you're.
You know we need the Patrick. Oh.
And then when we got there, bro, it was just like a beach, like a beach. Like all I saw was a beach, and then
Paradise.
You could see little man-made cabins, bro. Like if you could like look in between like the boards, you could see inside, bro.
Hell no. Why the fuck would they build them like that?
Cause
It's cold.
I know, but they had like built-in like chimneys, like homemade chimneys, you know.
To start
That still
fires
seems
and shit.
fucked up. You can feel the breeze inside.
Well,
no?
bro. Well, yeah, but like during the day, it's fucking hot as shit, bro.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
what time of the year did you go?
I went during summer,
Oh, okay.
but at at night,
it wasn't
holy
like
fuck.
snowing everywhere.
When we first got there, yes, there was snow. There was still snow when we got there.
How long were you there for?
3 months.
Yeah. I remember I sent you a care package.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
A pocket pussy? Victor opened it.
Identical to his. It was identical.
No, he unpacked it. He's like,
Hey, like that one guy. Wow.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh
Nah,
my
bro, but-
god.
Why are
Honestly,
you gay?
I don't think I would ever like do it again, but it was a cool experience, you know.
The pocket pussy?
Yeah, the pocket was.
He's like, no, he'd do it again.
I'm gonna need that
He
one.
kept it.
I'm gonna need that back.
You're
And then borrow-
jumping in and out of this too
Motherfucker,
fast.
you guys bringing other shit up.
No. You're going too fast. So you got there, and it was like a little cold when you got there, and it started being towards the summer.
Yeah.
In the daytime, it's warm. You're
Hot
living
as
in a
fuck.
house.
In a
with
cabin.
cracks this big, and
Yeah, bro. And
you see your bro changing clothes.
And we had like it was
how big
like
was
a
the
room,
space?
bro. Probably like it's smaller than the garage. Probably like size the whole thing's like size of the
For
garage.
how many of you guys?
Just 2. It was just 2 of
Oh,
us
okay.
per
I
cabin.
thought it was like 5 of you guys.
Nah, it was. Oh, there's bigger cabins that did hold like more people. You know,
What about toilet situation?
it
You got
was
a bathroom?
a man-made fucking what is it?
Dig a hole and cover
Potty.
it.
Yeah,
Porta potty,
it was
yeah.
basically a porta potty, but it was just like built over a big ass
Over a hole.
Yeah, and then whenever it got full, we literally scared
move it.
Yeah.
Damn,
Literally,
that's
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, and then we would cook, like just like those little. We would get propane tanks, so we would get like
How many beds?
2 beds.
At one bed.
One bed.
One bed. It's like
I don't want to talk about that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him.
But yeah, and fucking.
You sleep vice versa.
No, no, what else?
You had to cuddle to stay
Bro,
warm.
there was bears.
It's
Like,
just what we did.
bro, you would wake up in the middle of the night, pitch fucking black. Bro.
Bears?
Like, yes, bro.
Fuck
like,
no.
wouldn't I show you pictures? Like, I had them on my old phone, bro. Like, we would open our fucking like our door cabin. They were right there, bro. Like,
Fuck that.
like
How
5
big?
feet, fucking huge, like full size. It
What
was
kind?
like,
Black or brown?
Hey, they're
There was
pets,
both,
bro.
bro.
They're pets.
Black and brown?
Yeah.
Because I forgot which one. Like, there's one that's aggressive and one
The
that's
black
not.
one, I think, is the aggressive one.
Yeah, I don't want to see either.
It's always the black one.
I don't.
Big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nah, but-
stereotyping, bro.
No, I forget. There's one that's bigger and
Yeah, they
aggressive,
told
and one's
us- I
smaller,
they
and
told us
like
stay
he'll
away
run
from
away.
them. I mean, bro, they fucking look
Because there's
both
one bird
huge
that they
things.
say like get big, stand up and scare it off. But there's another one if you do that, like
They
you're
take
taunting it, you're challenging.
No, yeah,
it.
bro, but you would see them with like the cubs and everything.
I
bro.
don't ever want to see a bear, bro.
Nah, bro, it was
out in
scary.
the wilderness.
I remember, bro, I fucking opened the door and it's pitch black, so you can't see it, So I turned on the light and I was like, oh shit, I just fucking closed that bitch. I was like, fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, no,
that.
that's,
No,
that's
bro,
a
but
trip.
I
That
think
is a
the
trip.
funnest part, the first month, bro, was hell. Like,
Nah.
it fucking sucked, bro. Like, I missed everybody over here. It was a bitch, bro. I was just going through it.
We were having a great time.
You're like,
Yeah,
man,
but-
this is so much
Oh
nicer.
yeah,
without
they're
Vic."
just gone. Damn.
Yeah, no.
Nah, but yeah, and then it started getting fun a little bit after.
You guys go shooting out there or anything?
Fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Shot a lot.
What did the job consist of? What would you guys do like day to day?
Clam
You guys
dick,
had
bro.
guns out there?
Yeah.
Shit. Crazy.
Fucking, what was it? They had a 30-30 and like I think a pistol was.
Mm.
Yeah, it was just 2 out there though. And then fucking, well, we had, dude, when we would go fishing out there, fucking, every time we'd go fishing, for sure we'd come back with some fucking big ass salmons.
That's sick, though.
Bro, but that's how I fucking like started like,
Liking the fishing and shit?
well, not liking the fish, because I really like fishing, but it will help me like get through it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go
Like,
fish.
passing the time and shit.
Yeah, and that's how I would eat. That's why I got so skinny.
Yeah.
We'd have steak here and there, but no, it was always
It was
fucking
all
fish.
fish, super fucking lean and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I got so skinny.
Yeah, bro, everybody thought I was tweaking.
Because he was. Because he was.
Motherfucker.
He
I'm gonna
forgot
take
it.
you out there.
Hell no, I would never go out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to put myself through that, to be honest. But maybe when I was younger, not now for sure.
Like it was like a cool experience.
How long
you
ago
know?
was that?
Fuck, like 8 years ago maybe.
Yeah, that long, huh? No, it's probably like 6, no? 7?
I don't know, honestly.
Around there. It's got to be like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
When was it? It was.
But what would you guys do like at your work when you guys would get there?
Literally, bro. Clam dig. We'd get every morning.
For those don't.
So
who
every
don't know,
morning, one person had a. So there was 3 boats. Every person had a fucking for each group. We were in groups, right? So every morning, one person had to go. It was a different person every day. You'd have to go wake up like at 4 a.m, bro, before the tide goes down. You would take a little. It was like a paddle boat onto the big boat out into the ocean. But you had to take like a hella buckets for everybody to put
Pull it closer.
You had to put hella fucking buckets to get their clams in there. So you'd have to do
'Cause
that by
I've seen some
yourself.
shit in, like where people got tubes, sticking in the sand.
No, that
like
shit sucks, bro.
That's
No.
what I thought you guys were doing.
Nah,
That's
bro.
like when you do it without a boat, probably.
No,
But
that's
just-
what they do in the tourist place, just to
Yeah,
charge
yeah.
your ass.
Yeah,
you
for
don't
fun
get
and
nothing.
shit.
Yeah. No, but here you get it's like an actual shovel. Didn't I show you the shovel?
I don't think so.
Oh well, it's like a shovel, but it's not like a regular shovel. It's like super thin, and it like curves a little bit, and it's like long like this, and then the handle is probably like this big. So there's the whole
Keep the
thing.
mic close.
The whole thing's probably like this big, bro.
Yeah.
It's tiny, and then you literally just like. So if you see like the hole, because you'll see where they're breathing, like they'll make little holes in the sand.
And that's where you do. That's
and
where you
don't do it right
puncture.
on top. You have to do it like
Little
this far
over?
away, because then it did. You know how it has a little curve? You could break the clam, and it's no good.
Mm.
But it's fucking weird, bro, because they have like a tongue or something. You have to grab them from that, and those motherfuckers dig in so hard, bro. I was like, what
they
the
disappear?
fuck? Yeah, at first I couldn't get them. Like they.
Well, I mean, there's a reason they call like not the clams, but like something close to it, like mussels. It's like
Yeah, well,
that's what they are. It's a fucking mussel.
I think
Yeah.
these are razor clams, the ones we
Yeah.
were getting. But yeah, bro, they fucking. You have to like pull them out when you pull them out, they sound like. It's fun. Some of them are loud as fuck 'cause they're fat and huge.
That's crazy.
Hey, you pull it
You
out.
guys eat those bitches?
Yeah, we did.
You put them on the asador or
How it
what?
sounds when you pull a fucking clam out.
Nah, it fucking. So at first I was grossed out, but they kind of did like a, like ensalada de pollo, but with that.
With that, they cut it, diced it all up.
Yeah. They were fucking bomb, bro.
With
bet.
like crema and shit.
Yeah, I don't remember how to make them, or else I'd fucking make them, but they were fucking.
What do they
dang.
take? What is it, like texture of oysters or what? That's what I imagine.
Yeah,
You had ensalada de pollo?
I've had
That's
it.
just good
Dope,
quality.
bro.
Yeah,
My mom gets down
She
with
gets
that
down.
shit.
Your
huh?
aunt gets down too. They
Yeah.
all get down.
Yeah, my girl's not Mexican, but I've been putting her onto all this stuff. She makes it good, dude. She makes it hella good.
Nah, and then, bro,
I
I
fucks with
learned
that.
how to make the sarandeado over there. The salmon sarandeado. That shit gets that.
What do you
you
think
got-
was your best day out there that you think, like, I remember that day? That day was fun as fuck. Or, like, that day was cool as fuck.
Well, we all got like super drunk, bro. Like fucked up drunk because we didn't have to work for like 3 days because the tide wasn't gonna go away. So we're like, we got a care package and we all got hella beer. And then your package came in. You guys sent me
The
a
pocket
bottle.
pussy, they passed it around.
We sent me a bottle.
It's purple.
We sent you like a half gallon and shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
That shit was gone in one night, I bet.
yeah, it was. And then we got weed too.
Yeah.
How long were you
Bro.
out there for? You said
3 months.
3 months?
Bro, you know how much an ounce of weed is over there? 500
You told
bucks.
me, yeah, it was.
Stupid, and it was bunk shit too.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. But that night, bro, we all got like super drunk.
Hey,
Like,
but
we all-
when you're in the need of it, like, that shit somehow hits.
Oh yeah, bro.
I remember
We're-
being in Cancun. I think I told this before, but like I bought a fucking like dime sack in Cancun for like $50.
You're crazy.
And I was like, he's like,
I ain't
cocaine's
even
cheaper.
gonna say shit.
The guy was like, it's cheaper to buy cocaine. And I was like, I don't want fucking cocaine. I just want some weed for when I'm hungover. And I ended up buying it anyways and making it like last. And somehow that thing lasted me a week.
A dime?
But I was like taking hits at night. Like I wouldn't smoke all day. I would just take a couple hits at night.
Oh, that's like not even a joint.
Off a can, dog.
Yeah.
Hard times. That I
Dude,
can only imagine that.
I would have
that's-
at least smoked an apple.
For real.
I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Hey, we had sodas.
Pineapples,
We had sodas instead of
We
apples.
had sodas
though.
and beers on deck.
Smoke out of a pineapple.
So that's how I picture Victor out there,
Coconut.
like with some bunk ass shit, but being like, "Hey, it'll work."
Now we're taking knife hits, bro, to get high off of that shit.
It was meth, dog.
This guy, bro. Nah, you over here at first. This guy, we get pocket pussy. This guy gets a dildo shit. To him. Yeah. He's on the truck.
Stick it up your ass.
He's on the truck, just driving every bump. Yeah.
Here, sit on this.
Every bump on
Sit
the
on
fucking
this,
truck.
bitch.
Write this.
Oh, fuck.
Nah, but yeah, fucking.
I notice your pain. It runs deep. Share it with me.
He's stupid.
Share it with me.
Nah, bro.
Whose man is this?
I forgot what I was saying now. I forgot what you asked, Jake.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, mister. We don't cut. No more cutting out. No more cutting off.
Sorry, I got a little carried away. Well, anyways, guys, we'll end the podcast there for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys are still supporting us, we appreciate it. And again, we're trying to get this podcast out. We're trying to get this podcast out. But oh no, not the vlogs out.
The vlogs, yeah, the vlogs. But if you guys tuned in this far, thank you guys. We appreciate y'all. And go like, subscribe, share that shit. We love y'all.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the one. Victor messed around with it. Peace out. No, that's not the one either. Where is that bitch? I guess, yeah. We'll end it here, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.